Alright, so I don't usually do takedown videos. I actually haven't done a takedown video on anybody since Anita Sarkeesian fucking 7 years ago on my old YouTube account. But I feel like I've stumbled upon something that I guess it doesn't need to be talked about, but I'm gonna talk about it anyway because I feel like if you're gonna talk shit about people and make passive aggressive jabs at people and then talk about their fall from grace, like you know, you should be able to take a taste of your own fucking medicine, right? I mean, it wouldn't really be fair if, you can make videos about people that you don't like and I can't do the same. And anyone who's seen enough of my videos knows that whenever anybody, gives me shit on this website, I'm not afraid to respond to it with a video or mention it in a video, even if it's not about them. So, since I wasn't called like a retard or stupid or anything like that, there's no name calling involved. I'm going to try to keep like the name calling to a minimum, but I definitely think that there's something off about this fucking Gamertron show guy. Like there's something off about him, dude. And it's funny because I've been one of his subscribers for a while. Admittedly, I haven't watched too many of his videos since it's kind of become the Subverse channel, and I genuinely don't really care about Subverse. But I never like hated him for it or anything, right? Like that was his thing, and now he does all his sexy streams with the voice actresses and stuff. That sexy voice actor streams. All right, you do you, man. Like that to me isn't an issue. But what is an issue to me is this pissy passive aggressive response talking about how, oh, I take it bad takes is just a thing for you, hardy hardy har. And this message, I think it's because of the emote, but I'm gonna pretend that it's because it's so fucking vapid. This shit actually showed up in my fucking spam folder on my fucking email. It's like, holy shit, dude. I've been a subscriber for at least a year, maybe somewhat under a year or whatever, but at least since fucking 2019, dude. And it's like, you're really gonna just talk to your fucking subscribers like that? Like, holy shit. Now, I don't know if you can tell who is and isn't a subscriber when they message you. I'm pretty sure you fucking can't. But holy fucking hell, right? And I find it funny how, he left this comment on my fucking video about the sexualized character designs, which to this day remains my most negatively received video. And I'll talk about that a little bit in this video, but I'm not going to talk about it a lot because I don't want to, get too sidetracked. But I understand why people don't like that video. And, first jab of the video, first body blow of the video. Excuse me if I don't particularly care too much what some weeb who, like, plays, I don't even know what fucking game he play. I guess I can double check what I don't even know what games he plays, man. Alright. But it's like, dude, why do I care why do I care what the Subverse guy thinks? Why do I care what the porn peddler, the guy who talks to sexy voice actors on streams and, oh man, watch me get punished live by a sexy voice actor. And look at this this K-On picture. I got the K-On picture up for the fucking icon pic of the video. Of course you think that's a bad take. Of course you would think that. Now, I'm not saying that, that's bad to like anime porn, but, like, you didn't watch the video anyway. Because here's the thing, right? I was, when I posted, and I'll tell you, like where this actually started, right? Because I posted something on his video he did called The Fall of BDobbins, right? BDobbinsFTW. And, I posted that I didn't particularly agree with the video in itself. And you can, read my post. I have my post set up on screen right now. And I'm not going to just read it out loud, but you can read it for yourself. And you tell me if that's like a bad take on the video, right? So he says that bad takes are a thing. They're just common for me, right? Now, obviously he went to my channel, saw this video, left that comment, and didn't actually watch the video. Because moments after I posted that comment sometime around nighttime, like 8 or 10 o'clock at night on my time, right? I don't know what his time zone is. I don't care what his time zone is. But it wasn't 4 hours after I posted that I got 2 additional notifications on my fucking, little bell icon or whatever. And when I click my little bell, I notice I only have 3 messages instead of 4. So is there like is there something else you want to say to me, my dude? Or is that like some kind of glitch, right? I got 2 comments from people I was already arguing with, and then the snide ass remark from him. But I don't. YouTube told me I have 4 notifications. I'm not seeing the 4th notification. I can sit up here with my tinfoil hat, but that's something odd about that, right? But like, really think about this for a second. So I posted what I said on the video about BDobbins and stuff, and that compelled him enough to not just dismiss me, but to look at my channel, go to one of my videos, leave a snide remark doing that. Like, holy fucking shit. Like that. Like, you see why I'm making this video response? It's not that he left that comment, right? It's the context of which it happened. He didn't stumble across my video. He didn't like find it through like some search bar. I don't agree with this guy, and I watched a couple of his other videos and I don't fucking like it. Now, I said something that he didn't like on a video that he made, which, to be fair, isn't even all that well received. It has quite a bit of downvotes. And if you see the video for yourself, I think it's pretty easy to see why. He, does a lot of bitching and complaining about, BDobbins. So he called, Chris Raygun an incel, even though he didn't actually say that. At least not outright, right? You can say he said it indirectly because he showed a tweet from Chris Raygun when he said incel. But it's like he posted a 20-minute video in response to like 10 seconds of dialogue. I don't even know what to fucking tell you in regards to that shit, right? So, like, that's why I felt compelled. It's like, dude, man, like, what the fuck? So it's like, I figured that, not only should I make a response, like, ousting this guy for, kind of treating people like shit whenever they criticize him for anything, but, like, really think about it. Really, really fucking think about it. Those tweets that BDobbins showed in his video, and the point that he was making in the 10 seconds that he was talking about it, was how everybody was shitting on him because he keeps shitting on Destiny 2. And like, I've got all these betas, cucks, and incels, telling me about how bad I am because I talk shit about video games on the internet. That's more or less what he fucking said, right? Maybe I'll splice in some clips and shit because, oh, your editing's bad. You need to learn how to edit. So for just to take the piss, I'm gonna actually try to make this video in Adobe Premiere, put in that extra effort, that extra shine, add some background music, and actually edit the fucking video for you people. And then, you better leave a fucking like. If I edit the fucking video, you better leave that fucking like, my nigga. But it's like, dude, he didn't really say much of anything. He didn't mention anybody by name. He didn't really shit anybody. And the point that he was making was that people were getting on his ass about Destiny 2. That's all he was saying. And yet, Gamertron has such a negative reaction to it that I can't help but think to myself, did BDobbins piss in, Gamertron's Cheerios? You saying he pissed in my Cheerios, Mr. Duck? Like, did he... Is there some kind of interaction between these two that had to have taken place sometime around August of 2018 that, not only made him have such a pissy reaction towards BDobbins, but would have him still have negative reactions to any mentions of this guy way after the fucking fact? It's fucking 2020 now, and he still seems to get visibly upset, at least at what I said in defense of BDobbins. Like, like, you see what I'm getting? Like, this is the type of response that if you didn't agree with it, you should at least ignore it, because it's not me saying that he's a piece of shit. I didn't say anything about him. The only negative thing that I really said was that the video seemed oddly aggressive compared to all the other stuff that he's made. And I think that's true. I mean, I guess I can, comb over a couple of his other videos just to see if there's a theme going on. But I never really got the vibe from any of the videos that, I've watched from him, especially the one that made me subscribe to him in the first place, that, the Gamertron show was like an aggressive person. I'm a hell of a lot more aggressive than he is. You should. I just made a 2-hour video talking shit about one guy because he said he made some bad critique, and I just sit here and I rant and rave about this is what bad critique is. You guys don't know how to critique. You guys are just spouting worthless criticism. Like, I'm more aggressive than he is, right? But I would never just take the piss out of somebody like that, because I don't do stuff like that. Whenever I watch a video and I don't agree with it or whatever, I just click away and move on to the next one. I don't even leave downvotes on like pretty much every video I watch. And and the type of videos that I would have put a downvote on if I could tend to not allow ratings. Like, I can't download this feminist frequency video. I can't download it because he turned off the ratings. You know, I can't do anything about that shit. So I don't really download videos and stuff like that. And, you know, I don't particularly mind people going out of their way to download my, you know, sexy character design video because at least it shows that people are having a reaction. But to have such a negative reaction to me says that I've stumbled onto something that I'm going to talk about a little bit more in a couple of future videos. But otherwise, I kind of I think I can make like 2 more videos about it, but then I want to be done with it. So, yes. So, you may be wondering, all right, well, get to the fucking point. We're 10 minutes in. We know that, you know, he pissed in your Cheerios, and now you're conspiring about BDobbins pissing in his Cheerios. So, let's look where's the piss? Where's the evidence? Well, I looked through some of BDobbins' tweets, right, to kind of, you know, see if I can prove the points that Gamertron made in his video about BDobbins myself, as far as him pushing his politics and stuff. And if you look through the Gamertron, or not the Gamertron, if you look through BDobbins' tweets, it's very obvious that BDobbins at least leans towards the left in some way, right? And being a leftist is not synonymous with being a social justice warrior or just a piece of shit, or at least it shouldn't be, right? So I don't really see how that's a negative, but at the very least, you know, centrist, liberal, libertarian, whatever the fuck, the only real consistent thing I can see from BDobbins is that he doesn't like Trump. And, you know, I'm not exactly a bleeding heart leftist either, but I don't particularly like Trump. Like I'm indifferent towards Trump, really. But this isn't about me. This is about BDobbins. So the point I'm trying to get at is like, if you're gonna accuse somebody of pushing their politics, dude, like you need evidence of that. That was the point I was trying to make in my post. Like, there's no evidence in his video about that. There is zero fucking evidence about that. It is a baseless accusation. That it's like almost like it's an in-group video that was made public. Like this was meant to be read like by 5 people or whatever, or meant to be watched by like 5 people or some shit, which is the number of people who will watch this video. But like he made it public anyway, and now like a couple of 100,000 people watched it. But it's like you didn't prove anything to anybody who didn't already know what was going on here. So I did some digging, I did some research, and apparently he definitely has some beef with Chris Raygun. So here's some of the things that I found. I know I'm stuttering a lot, but here's some stuff I found out regarding his whole beef with Chris Raygun and where the Chris Raygun tweet comes from. So as you can see here, this is Chris's original tweet where he just says, you know, oh goddamn, BDobbins is unbearable. I just can't stand BDobbins. That guy's a piece of shit, right? And underneath that, you can see a whole bunch of other comments and shit, just, you know, kind of just talking shit about him, right? They're kind of just talking shit about BDobbins. And, you know, I'm going to read a few of these. I'm not going to read all of them. I will link the original tweet in the video description, just so you can read read through it yourself, you know, just to get the full context. But, like, dude, a lot of this really is just taking the piss. Like, read some of this shit, right? Oh, man. And before anyone asked, he actually made a video unironically claiming shooter games cause brain damage. All right, that seems like a legitimate critique on paper, but if you actually watch that video, which I have, you know, I've read the video. Obviously, it's late on my end, and I don't fucking care. But you know, I've watched the video that he's talking about, and it's like, dude, you know, they're complaining about how he only had one source, even though so many people on this goddamn website make videos with like 0 fucking sources. But you know, BDobbins only uses one source, and that's bad, so we gotta point that out. And all this other shit. But it wasn't like a mindless video where he just spreads his cheek and shits all over shooters, right? And just says shooters are shit. He talked about how, you know, it, you know, agitates one part of the brain and another part of the brain atrophies. You know, the part that goes on autopilot is just, you know, going on autopilot. You don't have to use it. And he was just saying, you know, play a variety of different games like platformers and shit, stuff that actually requires you to have spatial awareness so that part of your brain doesn't die off. Now, that's kind of a bastardized summation of the video, but that was the point of the video. It wasn't just a video with like nothing behind it. So, you know, you need to do more studies, and that single study was only conducted on 100 people, and blah, blah, blah. I know we hate studies and shit when it comes to gaming, because, you know, people are trying to use bullshit studies like the whole Proteus effect to say that, oh, you know, video games brainwash people, but, you know, they have an effect on people, but, you know, they don't have an effect on people. But I'm a social justice warrior. I don't want to actually take responsibility for anything that I say. You know, it's like, I remember those days. Oh man, the stupid ass arguments that I've had to encounter. But like I don't. Because one thing you're going to notice is that the critiques against B. Dobbins seem to be based around the idea that the things that he's talking about are things that he shouldn't be talking about at all. Just that the premise of his videos are stupid, right? That the premise of what he's talking about is bad. One guy asked why, and rightfully so. You got people saying, who? Who are you talking about? Who? I don't know who the fuck that is. I don't understand. Only one guy really standing up for him, talking about how he actually likes his content. Some people just saying he's okay. I don't see why he gets as much hate as he does. Okay, so that's like 2 people. I don't fucking like him. Okay, well that's 3 positive comments. Somebody said he's funny and insightful. I wonder if he's so fucking negative in real life. Probably. This is my last video. That's Destiny video number 7. Oh, who? He's terrible. More lose at 11. BDobbinsFTW just wants to be 15 again. All his videos and the whole view of the world is based on that notion. He's the 21st century version of Al Bundy. And it just kind of keeps going. I'll read a couple of the ones at the end here that I think really help encapsulate like the crux of the criticism aimed at him. You know, holy shit, finally someone said it. He just acts so goddamn immature and self-righteous that every time I watch his videos, he just pisses me off. The constant Trump bashing is also so obnoxious and forced that I become surprised whenever he doesn't mention him in one of his videos. Now, I don't know how often he talks about Trump, but I've watched a few videos that he did about Trump, or did when he mentions Trump. I only remember one of the videos actually being about Trump. I'm pretty sure he has more than just one Trump video, but I distinctly remember the one where he talks about Trump trying to blame like violence on video games, trying to like go against video game violence because, you know, our God King, everyone, the meme president, the God King Trump, we love Trump so much, and yet, you know, he did talk about video game violence, and we kind of sweep that under the rug because we're too busy trying to get Trump to talk about Gamergate and start up Gamergate 2 and all that other kind of shit that we kind of just don't acknowledge the fact that Trump really doesn't give a shit about gamers or video games, but, you know, he's the best president ever, right? And also just, like, holy fucking shit. Like, he doesn't talk about Trump that often, right? When he does talk about Trump, it's usually, like, one snide remark out of 50 minutes of dialogue. 10 seconds of that will be a jab at Trump, and then it's right back to talking about whatever the fuck he was talking about. And this is Trump bashing. I guess there's more Trump bashing on his Twitter, but I've read his Twitter, and aside from just saying he doesn't like Trump, I don't really see him really going into, like, why. So, like, so much so that if you were to ask me why does BDobbinsFTW hate Trump, I kind of don't know, and I never really cared to look into it. I guess I can look into it a little bit after this video. I guess I could have looked into it for the video. But if you're going to make a response to BDobbinsFTW saying that, you know, he's pushing his politics on people, the onus is on you to provide the proof for that. I really shouldn't have to go out of my way to do that. I'm doing way more effort. I'm doing way more effort. I'm putting in way more effort than I ought to, just to try to make sure that the Gamertron doesn't have an actual point that I'm missing, right? I make videos criticizing video games, therefore I'm already better than you, and if you disagree, you're either a cuck, a sellout, or a Trump supporter. So what this person is making very clear is the perception of BDobbinsFTW. Like, and I've noticed this a lot whenever I would critique stuff back in the GameFAQs days, when I was on GameFAQs or /GameSpot or whatever. Whenever you criticize something, you have a strong opinion about something, people will make assumptions about you based on your personality, for lack of better words, like the I don't know, the tone that you give up, but you give up a vibe, right? You know, he's talking about him being they're talking about him being self-righteous and being immature, being obnoxious. And I look, I'm not going to sit here and start pointing fingers and saying, you're conservative and you're conservative and you're conservative. But I'm not really understanding why we're being so defensive about Trump. That is kind of odd to me, right? But, you know, it's the notion that since he says something with confidence, and he doesn't just say, in my opinion, at the end of every single fucking statement, that means he's an arrogant asshole. Because I've had conversations, even with, you know, some of my friends and shit, where I'll just say something and I don't fucking mean it, and he'd be like, well, you're like asserting your opinion as a fucking fact. But it's like, well, I mean, I'm not gonna sit up here and say, in my opinion, for every single fucking thing that I say. It's so bad that you have channels like Joseph Anderson, one of my favorite channels on this fucking website, who has to go out of his way to make videos about how subjectivity is implied. And when I watched that video, I fucking felt that, because it's so true. You guys take shit so fucking seriously that you can't just say, you know, oh, I like strawberry ice cream. You like strawberry ice cream? Oh, you're saying vanilla and chocolate or shit? You know, I didn't say anything about vanilla and chocolate ice cream, motherfucker. It's like that, right? But moving on from that, I'm actually a fan of both of you, and people tell me that you're both annoying. Do I just have shitty tasted YouTubers? Probably. Because, you know, I'm subscribed to a lot of these people, and obviously that was a fucking mistake. So after this video is over, I'm going to have to start doing a weed purge, where I unsubscribe from all these channels and kind of just back away from people with massive fucking egos. Because obviously there's something I'm not seeing here, and you know, it took the Gamertron show for me to realize that I probably shouldn't be subscribed to these people anymore. You know, everyone talking about him being obnoxious. Here's two more good ones before we get off the fucking Chris Raygun the Chris Raygun tweet. All he does is bitch with the mindset of I'm right, and anyone who disagrees with me is a fucking idiot. See, there we go again. Well, if you're gonna say something with confidence and mean it, and like not like, it's like you think we're all stupid. It's like you think our opinions don't matter. You're a meanie. You assert your opinions as fucking facts. You know, you can't just talk like shit about Destiny like it's a fact. I mean, yeah, you're showing video evidence of you playing the game, walking through, not getting shot, not getting killed. You're showing us that the game is shit. But, you know, that's like your opinion, dog. Stop acting like your opinion is a fucking fact. I'm so sick and tired of this in your opinion bullshit. But, you know, that's not exactly what this person said. But, like, that's kind of like the mindset, right? That's the area in which that's coming from, that type of statement where, you know, I'm right and anyone who disagrees with me is a fucking idiot, even though he never said that. But, you know, like, dude, this is a pattern. It's like the Sonic cycle, except people don't want to acknowledge that this actually fucking exists. A game comes out, gets hyped to high hell, it comes out, it's buggy and broken, or has like some social justice warrior aspects that people claim they're against, but then are totally for. In regards to that, you know, in the Gamertron video that he did about BDobbins, you know, one of the videos he mentioned, because he mentioned 3 videos trying to explain like how BDobbins, you know, it's infusing his politics into too many of his videos. And we're supposed to watch 3 different videos, which have to come up to at least 1 hour of watch time, if not more, because one of the videos linked to was a fucking American Krogan video. Now, I actually like American Krogan, and I would watch his videos before his channel got taken down, or I think it's still down. I have to double check, but I could have sworn his channel got taken down. He was a little too spicy, a little too edgy, a little too much of that nationalism. Got to get banned, right? But the like, you know, people, you want to like shill for American Krogan and shit, but you are the same people who will then turn on American Krogan when he talks shit about Red Dead Redemption 2. American Krogan and Louis Levi, right? Both of those guys are now public enemy number 1 because they're talking about how they're misrepresenting the suffragettes and, like, you know, making this inaccurate historical, you know, these historical revisms in Red Dead Redemption 2, and we're supposed to sit back and eat shit and enjoy it. Like, why are you talking shit about Red Dead Redemption 2? I just want to eat my shit and enjoy it. So I just think that's kind of funny how, you know, we talk about how these people, well, we got to fight against the feminazis or whatever, but, nobody actually, none of you people actually fucking mean that. None of you people actually fucking do that. If I remember correctly, didn't Chris Raygun end up dating Lacey Green? I don't think I need to explain anything past that, but going back to the overhyped AAA game Sonic Cycle, the game gets hyped up, it comes out, it's a buggy fucking mess, has the social justice warrior aspects to it, people make apologetics for it, and then a couple of months later, people turn around and end up admitting, yeah, the game was shit. And that's pretty much what BDobbins was talking about in his video, the one that the Gamertron was responding to, about how, people bitch moan and complain about, him criticizing these games just for them to turn around and say that he was right anyway and that they should have listened to him and they should have saved their fucking money. So it's like, dude, I don't know what to fucking tell you, man. Like, I'm not going to sit up here and tell you everything that BDobbins says is the fucking truth. But I will say that there was a pattern, especially with AAA gaming, where, you saw it with Anthem, right? That game came out, it got hyped up. Oh, it turns out it was shit. People were trying to defend it. Then they eventually had to admit, yeah, it's bad. And you can't just sit up here and tell me that that's not a thing. So when you talk about how, I think I'm right and everyone who disagrees with me is a fucking idiot. Well, it's hard to really make statements like that and be taken seriously when 9 times out of 10, yeah, he's right. I don't think he's ever talked about a game where he said, like, oh, this game's going to be shit, and it, like, wasn't true, right? Last statement here. I agree with a lot of his opinions on gaming, but his attitude and general demeanor is incredibly grating. Though I don't want to make too many judgments on a person's character when I don't know them personally, his videos make him seem like a big cunt. So if there's anything we can learn from this thread, is that apparently if you want to be liked on YouTube or liked in general, you need to have the right personality, you need to have a pleasant demeanor, but it doesn't particularly matter too much what you actually fucking say, which would explain... I keep fucking slurring my words. This is awful. But it would explain why Chris Raygun's tweet is so fucking vapid, and why the comment section for that tweet is so fucking vapid, because they don't have anything to say about it in any of BDobbins' content. It's not about BDobbins' content. It's about how he emotes himself. It's about his demeanor, his personality. I just don't like the way he acts. And ergo, Chris Raygun's fucking statement, BDobbins, goddamn BDobbins is unbearable. He's basically just saying, oh, this guy is annoying. So when you just make a naked fucking tweet like that, where you just say, oh, BDobbins is annoying, and, he obviously saw that tweet because he mentioned it in his video, he showed it in his video, and he just, talks about beta cucks and incels talking shit about him, and he just happens to throw Chris Raygun in there. Like, I kind of understand the context of it now after reading it, because Chris Raygun kind of just comes out of nowhere and says BDobbins is a piece of shit, that he's annoying, and I guess, BDobbins is expected to just sit there and take it up the ass, but because he called Chris Raygun an incel, that's worth a 20-minute response video where, BDobbins fall from grace, because God forbid he acknowledges the fact that people are kind of ganging up on him for talking shit about Destiny. Oh my fucking God, right? So I looked into it and I wanted to just make sure, right, that BDobbins didn't say anything in particular about Chris Raygun that would actually cause him to like have that kind of reaction. So I looked through BDobbins tweets, right? And the only thing I could find that even like matches up timeline-wise and refers to Chris Raygun in any way. I guess I could dig deeper, but I don't think I really have to, because this pretty much says it all. There's one tweet by Late Night Gaming Halo talking about how these channels didn't just die, they were murdered by zany vids. Fantastic video. Hate seeing these guys in my suggestions. And then Chris replies with, I don't think those guys are nearly as bad as BDobbins. I thought for a long time about doing a vid on that dirge. Now, I don't know what the fuck dirge means as an insult. I guess I need to look that up. When I think dirge, I think the fucking sandworm from, Shadow of the Colossus. So, being called dirge, you mean the creepiest looking fucking boss of the game? So, what you're saying, I'm ugly? when you die to Dirge, you get that nice jump scare game over. That's always nice. But BDobbinsFTW replies with, LOL, do it, pussy. And I think that's pretty much the best kind of response to it. Because think about it, right? The first tweet that at least that I saw, the one about BDobbinsFTW being unbearable that Chris made, that was in May. And then this was in August. So you got May, June, July, August. He's talking about this nigga for like 3 months. Holy hell, dude. Like, is it really that big of a deal? And to my knowledge, right? I guess I'd have to look at Chris's channel, but to my knowledge, I don't think that BDobbinsFTW video ever fucking happened. Because, I found the Gamertron's fucking video on BDobbinsFTW, but what I didn't see was one by Chris Raygun. Where's the Chris Raygun hot take? People over here calling him out, saying that he's not going to do it. He'll just make the 800th fucking video about feminist until he ends up fucking one. So it's like, they did kind of just call out Chris for being a massive fucking pussy. Now, so at least you could say that, right? Yeah. Now he called him an incel in the video. Now maybe he didn't actually mean it or not, but let the record show that BDobbinsFTW, Batman Dobbins for the win, did in fact call Chris Raygun a pussy. So, and not only that, but he said to Late Night Halo and it was aimed at all three of them. So he called them pussies. So at least we could say that, right? But, it's just more people talking about how BDobbinsFTW is annoying, constant hyperbole attempts to stay on top of the debate culture. Oh, he's so full of it. You look at more of BDobbinsFTW's comments, like his own comments in his own Twitter, and you'll see some comments on his older tweets talking about how I used to respect you, but you're so negative and you bash Trump too much and you complain too much. Stop complaining about Destiny 2. It's like your career. You made your career to complain about this game. And what's funny is that's what he mentions in that video about Destiny 2, where he talks about how, you're allowed to base your entire channel off of hyping up one game. What you can't do is talk shit about video games or talk shit about a particular game, because people will bitch about you bitching, and it kind of just creates this bitchception where you're not really allowed to complain about anything. And when you think about it like that, of course nothing ever gets better. Of course the industry keeps getting worse, assuming you care, right? Oh, they keep fucking us in the ass with DLC practices and blah, 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 blah. You don't fucking care. You're gonna buy it anyway. And when anybody like BDobbinsFTW shows up to criticize it, you just shoot them the fuck down. Now, I'm not gonna sit up here and smell my own ass and saying that I'm the Robin to Batman Dobbins or anything like that. But I definitely get that same vibe when I complain about storytelling or you're talking about casualization of fighting games, or whatever. If I'm either talking about how they're dumbing down fighting games for casuals, or not casuals, or actually scrubs. They don't care about casuals because they don't want to give them modes. They're catering to fucking scrubs, right? They're dumbing down fighting games for scrubs. How they did fucking Guilty Gear and Blaze Blue Crosshead Battle, or about how you guys are spamming too much titty and it's affecting the storytelling of anime and video games and stuff, and it's kind of dumb. And maybe you want to, tone it down a little bit, or at the very least have it make sense within the context of the story, or just make a fucking porn game that I'll actually be interested in. Oh, but what about that's cute. Talking to robot waifus and shit with the sexy voice actors, I guess. But if I'm going to play a fucking porn game, I'm going to play a porn game, motherfucker. And right now, the only fucking porn game I actually own is Honey Select, and that's only because I can mod it to make the titties super fucking big and then make poses and shit of the waifus and stuff, and I get to have my giant fucking balloon titties in Honey Select because I figured out how to fucking mod the fucking slider in there. But it's like, dude, I talk about this shit and people just get pissy. People just continue to get pissy, continue to get mad, and I really, really don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get why the response is so fucking negative. But what I can tell you is that response is why nothing gets better. It's going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. And I don't have any sympathy. Like, and people, my friends always ask me, it's like, you're salty or sodium overdose. Why are you so apathetic about gaming? It's because, like, who cares? You don't fucking care. When Anthem comes out, I just point and laugh. Like, look at all those people getting fucked in the ass by Anthem. Well, it doesn't affect me. I didn't play that shit. Next hyped up game comes out, like, I just dismiss most games as just being trash. Now, what I don't do is I go and make, tons of videos talking about how a game is garbage or a game that I don't fucking like. The games I complain about are games I actually care about. Like, don't be surprised if you see, like, Guilty Gear Strive videos on my channel when the game actually comes out. Because while I did make, a couple of videos complaining about it, I'm still interested in the game. I only complain about something if I care enough to complain about it. What was that quote in fucking Injustice from the Joker? I hit because I care. That's me, right? I only complain about shit if I care about it. That's why I don't talk about Halo and shit, because I legit don't care about FPS games. But, like, you guys gotta stop shooting the messenger, my man. When people complain about shit or whatever, you want to ask why or whatever, or if you don't want to ask why, you can just go out about your business, but don't try to silence people who complain about stuff, because that just benefits companies who want to take advantage of us even more. But I get it, you're right. I want to shield the companies and I want to get my Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship and blah, 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 blah. I don't care if, like, everyone gets fucked in the ass at the end. I don't care about these mediocre products. I just want my free gives and my viewers and my fucking ad revenue, and I don't really care about how these games turn out. All right, do you, I guess. But don't sit up here and complain about games being shit. I don't want to hear that anymore, right? But that's just me. So, there's quite a few tweets that I could go through, but I'm not going to read them all. And obviously, this has been mostly about Chris Raygun than it has been about fucking Gamertron so far in the video. And it's like 36 minutes in, or 37 minutes in, actually. It's been 37 minutes in. But I just wanted to show you that when BDobbins says, when BDobbins calls indirectly calls Chris Raygun an incel, and like, and Gamertron makes this big video like I'm supposed to care that he called him an incel. Like, oh my god, that BDobbins fall from grace. He's calling him an incel. Well, for starters, he already called him a pussy, and it looks like he had a good reason. So should I really give a shit? So to move on from that, like, there's two other videos that are kind of mentioned in BDobbins' video when he talks about, like, people complaining about his video and stuff. But I'm just gonna focus on the Gamertron's video where, fucking BDobbins said what now? Because what he says in that video and, like, how it relates to what BDobbins is talking about should really help contextualize what that first 10 seconds for, just to remind you, 10 seconds of the video, we're talking about 10 seconds worth of dialogue from some guy that you should probably just ignore if you don't like him so fucking much. If you don't like the game, why do you play the game? Stop playing the game. Like, if you don't like BDobbins' content, don't watch it. What the fuck? If you don't like my content, don't watch it. That's obviously not an issue. I looked at my Google Analytics. You guys don't watch my fucking videos. Though, oddly enough, the one I did about sexualized character design seems to have the most watch time out of my videos right now, for whatever fucking reason. So, double-edged sword, I guess. I lost a subscriber over it, and I'm getting a whole bunch of downvotes, but for some reason I'm getting more watch time. So there's that. But holy fucking shit. So let's check out what he actually says in this video, and just see why would BDobbins group this video in with tweets like BDobbins is unbearable. Is it possible that he's like full of shit? Now, the first thing I already love about this fucking terrible fucking video is that this dude not only comes out of the gate talking about some I don't want to be that guy, but I'm gonna be that guy anyway. So, like, he already comes out of the gate sucking his own dick, which really sets a precedent for the tone of the video itself. But the content of the video really just boils down to, stop criticizing a game that, don't criticize a game, don't buy a game that I've never fucking played,
And at the time of that recording, I was just going to play it. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion. I mean, you can be subscribed to somebody and like disagree with them on one thing and not agree with it. But just contradictory bullshit, right? And I say that because like, isn't that that mindset, the whole idea, like, oh, I'm subscribed to B Dobbins, I like him, I just disagree with him on this one thing, even though I never played the fucking game, right? Isn't that like, it doesn't that encompass my entire comment about his reaction to B Dobbins? It's like, I disagree on this particular point, and I had the audacity to speak my mind, and that's worth a snide just turd, a snide turd on one of my videos, just sitting there for no reason, right? Completely unprovoked, doesn't really make any sense. It's not like I attacked him. It's not like I called him stupid. It's not like I called him anything. But given the circumstances, I do feel obligated to at least call him a waifu fag because it's the fucking truth. But it's like shit, dude. Like, the dick sucking of B Dobbins, the dick suck, like, you aren't fooling anybody with it, right? The entire video can just be summed up as, well, if you don't like it, don't play it. Because what he continues to bitch about in the video is how the last 3 seconds of the video where B Dobbins says that, because it's like keeping up with the Kardashians, I'm gonna play the game anyway, even if it means spending money on it. He's like, well, the game's not shallow, and you shouldn't be spending money on it if you don't like it. But he needs to be able to cover the fucking game, right? And he can't just pirate the game if he wants to access the online multiplayer and shit. And besides, piracy is supposed to be illegal, is allegedly illegal, right? You're not supposed to be doing that, even though it's easy as shit. And I've yet to. I don't know anybody who's ever had any consequences aside from a virus or a rootkit or whatever on their fucking computer. But it's like, don't give me that shit. And under normal circumstances, if I wasn't coming into this like red hot off of this fucking snide ass remark he left, this bitch made comment he left on my video, I wouldn't really consider the video to be terrible. It's just like, it's not really constructive. And the tone of the video, like I said earlier, like, he sets a present for the tone of the video. I did notice, or at least I'm noticing, that it kind of has like an egotistical air about it that I wouldn't have cared about under any other circumstance. But now that I've been hyper alert, I'm like hyper aware of it now. Now I'm on like red alert to how these people, these fucking douche tubers, that's the only way I can think of to describe them, behave. He's kind of like, unlike other response channels, I'm going to take up like the majority of the video. I'm only going to take like a minute worth of video and respond to it, or seconds worth of video. Well, that doesn't make your content special or different or better. If anything, it might actually make it worse, because you're not covering as much of the video that you could be covering, and there's like no citation for what you're actually talking about. Like, well, I guess that means this video is like even better because I'm not citing any fucking video footage at all. I'm not using any video footage. That must mean it's like really, really good, right? Like, that logic doesn't make any sense. And it just kills me how you can say so much vapid shit and then be surprised that you are dismissed, rightfully so, for being a vapid cocksucker. Now, I will say this, and I actually watched this video all the way through as well. I feel like B Dobbins did fuck up one time, right? There were 4 different people, 4 different accounts or whatever, showing the 2 tweets and the 2 videos. And one of the videos was by a channel called Beard Grizzly. I actually watched the Beard Grizzly video, and I'm also in the middle of watching, what was it, Jackson Trails or whatever, 2-hour-long response video to it. But as far as like Grizzly's original video is concerned, I actually thought that video was pretty good. It even hit me in a couple of personal places as far as like the whole negativity and depression stuff. Just right? Like, there's a lot of good points I think he makes in that video. So even if you don't ultimately agree with his point as far as stop picking on Destiny fans or whatever, maybe you can say he's pulling at your heartstrings or whatever. Like, it's still a pretty well made, intellectually given argument that out of all the people that B Dobbins mentions, or well, not really mentions because he doesn't mention anybody by name, right? It's almost like he didn't watch the video. It's almost like he didn't fucking care who he was talking about. So I guess that you say that's like strike 2, right? That's 2 strikes. You put in a video of someone who actually had something constructive to say, as if he is like the same level of dipshit as this Gamertron fag, and yeah, I know I'm calling him names now, but fuck it, right? Obviously, I'm going to unsubscribe by the time this video was uploaded. I only stayed subscribed this long so I could make a big theatrical event and record myself unsubscribing. That's the only reason why I'm still subscribed to this douchebag. But like, so that for that one person, right? That one person, I can say he at least said something constructive, and his video wasn't even about B Dobbins. It was about B Dobbins and Young Yeah, and mostly about just like hate channels, quote unquote, in general, like people who use negativity for views, and that makes sense, right? Because if I won't get a lot of views, I can just troll for views, right? I can just say this game is shit or whatever. I mean, I don't know. I call Mortal Kombat a piece of shit, and people actually enjoyed that, but I understood what he was talking about, but like in comparison, the Gamertron's video doesn't even hold a candle to Grizzlies because it doesn't really add anything to the conversation. It's just a long-winded 12-minute or nearly 13-minute rant that just equates to, well, if you don't like it, well, don't buy it. I mean, you say speak with your wallet, but you are buying the game. And, to an extent, I could argue that, right? I can understand that because when I don't like a fucking game, I sure as hell don't buy it, but I also dismiss video games in general nowadays. Like, oh, man, there's more than one A involved in the production of this game. Well, I guess it's garbage. Like, I don't fucking give a shit because, nobody else gives a shit. You guys don't care about video game quality, and I'm not going to waste money trying to play games I'm not even going to report on. But when you run a nearly 300,000 YouTube channel where you have to, or not really have to, but like your subscribers want more Destiny content. They want to hear you shit out more games. They want to hear more about COD, and you want to give them more content. I mean, he can't really produce content about the game if he doesn't play it. So you have to you're ultimately telling him to stop bitching about the game. And in which case, I have to ask, well, why, right? Why should he? Because people like B Dobbins and Young Yeah, what they used to do. I mean, I think Young Yeah still does his thing. I don't really watch him, not because I hate him or anything. It's just that since I don't really care too much about gaming news, and I got most of it from event status anyway, like I don't really care, right? I kind of stopped caring. It's more of an indifference thing for me personally. But what those channels do is that they report on the games, they follow the content, whatever. So if you're reporting on a particular game, like, you have to play it. Like, if I told you that a game I never played was shit, would you believe me? You'd probably say, how would you know that if you haven't tried it yourself? And then you play the game, you say it's shit, and it's like, well, the game is shit. Well, why are you even playing it? This is like DOA 6 all over again, at least for me, where I pre-ordered the game, I was excited for the game, I loved DOA 5, so I got 6, and then 6 turned out to be garbage, and I complained about 6, and I was told to eat shit, go and just turn the game back in the GameStop if you hate it so much, and eventually you'll throw it out of the Discord. Not for even shitting on the game. I got thrown out the Discord for defending an aspect of the game that I like. So it's like, you guys just want to eat shit and enjoy it. You just don't want to be told that you have bad taste. Like, ugh. Fucking wow. And then this dude has the audacity to keep going on about depth in the game. Like, oh, I haven't played Destiny, but I know it's not shallow. To say Candy Crush is shallow, Flappy Bird is shallow. I mean, Destiny has depth. I can even tell by the gameplay footage that you showed that the game has depth. The game where you can just walk through rooms and not get shot at because, or you get shot at, but it can't kill you because the game is, the AI and the difficulty is so fucking bad. If I remember correctly, this is also the game where you can't, like, there's no difficulty setting for story missions in the fucking game. I don't fucking care. I think Destiny either went free to play or either it's a free to play game. I know I have a free copy of the game on my PS4. I just never fucking touched, right? But it's like, dude, How are you gonna sit here and be like, well, that the Flappy Bird is shallow and Candy Crush is shallow? I don't know about Candy Crush, right? I don't give a shit about Candy Crush. I don't care about that casual garbage, right? But I played Flappy Bird, and I can tell you that game has frustrated enough people, where it's like you can't like a game lacking quote unquote depth, just not having a whole bunch of bullshit mechanics thrown in there, does not make a game good or difficult. Flappy Bird is, I would argue that, yeah, it is a harder game than Destiny 2, just by looking at it. I mean, I don't have to play it. I played Flappy Bird, and I played shitty FPS games before where the AI is garbage, so I could just tell you with my psychic abilities that Flappy Bird is a more difficult game. I mean, at least Flappy Bird was a game that was known for being difficult. Destiny 2 is not known for being challenging. So like I get that this was when the beta was out, but like holy shit, that means this video aged even worse, because a lot of the shit that BDobbins talked about, it just became true, right? Now I don't know about whether or not Forsaken was any good or the Warbind DLC and blah blah blah. I don't fucking care. But this notion that the game, I can tell the game it doesn't lack depth. Who cares? Does it matter? Diner Dash doesn't exactly have depth, but it's one of the harder fucking games I've ever played. Maybe not the hardest game, but it's harder than most AAA games I've ever played. I always look in amazement. It's like, Mom, how could you play Diner Dash? That doesn't even make any sense to me. This game is so fucking hard. Oh, you just beat the color. They just color code the customers, but they're so fast and they keep getting upset so fast. Like I can't do it. It's too fast. But jokes aside, it's like that's just a dumb statement that doesn't even make sense, because that's not how game quality works. That's not how depth works. You don't just cram mechanics into a game that is magically good. Sometimes a game is better with less mechanics. So, depth, maybe if you played the fucking game before you said that, it wouldn't sound so fucking retarded. And then he has the audacity to go on about how, I love your writing, so your scripting, you're so illiterate, your scripting is so good, or your writing is so good. I mean, I love your videos, you're so talented. But, everybody makes mistakes. I don't know if you have anyone helping you write stuff, but, was that part about you buying the game of Flub? Was that like a scripting error? I make mistakes all the time during my script. Cause, like, the idea of somebody buying a game so they can play it and review it, so they can tell their subscribers not to buy this shit game, is such a wild concept for you to understand. Like, I know that the argument that, you shouldn't, buy games that you don't like, and you shouldn't play games that you don't fucking like, makes sense in your tiny little pea brain. I get that, right? That makes sense to me, right? But the thing about it is that you can't talk shit about a game you know nothing about. You can't, right? You can't realistically do that. I mean, I could talk shit about a game I know nothing about, but all the same people saying that you can't just don't, if you don't like it, don't play it. All those same people are going to be climbing up my ass talking about how you can't talk shit about games you don't play. So which one is it? It just kills me. Like, he said it like that. Like, and it didn't sound like a joke. It was like unironic. Was that just a typing error? Was that just a typo that you'd buy the game? You didn't think he said that? Listened over his recording, noticed that he said that? Dude, that kind of typos on essays and stuff, that happens. I make typos all the fucking time, right? That makes sense. But most people don't misspeak in a recording and have it sit and sometimes that happens, right? Sometimes people will say publishers when they mean developers or whatever the fuck. But that type of era, I mean, that makes some sense. But holy shit, there's just no way. There's no way he would just say that by accident. Give me a fucking break. He meant it, okay? Did it ever occur to you that he meant what he fucking said? That he wants to experience the entire fucking shitty fucking franchise? So he agreed to just play the fucking game, even if he had to buy it. Just wow. Holy shit. Really think about it. BDobbins, he sits up here, he wastes
the money on Destiny 2. He throws it into Mount Doom or whatever the fuck. He knows he's burning the money. He does it for us. And because of that, he's able to create videos showing off the bad AI, showing off how the AI behaves, the enemy AI and everything. He gets to show off the entire fucking game. Just like he showed off this whatever. Like, dude, he wouldn't have been able to do that if he didn't have the game. And so the Gamertron show just goes on about how, well, if you truly thought it was so bad, you wouldn't buy it, and you would just spend that money on good games and make more videos about good games, like you didn't make more videos about Doom. I don't know. I mean, is he obligated to do that? On one hand, I get what you're trying to say, and he even admits to possibly being a troll and says he's just gotta keep us guessing, because that's not an egotistical, shitty thing to do, right? Like that doesn't make you come off as fucking annoying as shit. But you should just focus more on games you like. All right, but I mean, who else is gonna talk about how shitty Destiny 2 is? I'm just supposed to ignore it? Because that's the thing. There's no version of this conversation where you can like take the Gamertron stance and end up like not talking about the game, because this is no way. Right? I can't tell you anything constructive about games I don't play. So, well, then just don't play, just don't talk about it, just ignore it. If you think it's so bad for the industry, and then everybody, they buy up all the hype, they lap up all the marketing, they eat their Pop-Tarts and Mountain Dew with all the Destiny stuff on it, because Destiny was heavily marketed towards kids, and then they get their shitty-ass game. It's like, I wasted $60 on this shitty game. I wish somebody warned me that the game was shit, right? Holy fuck. And then this dude has the audacity to go on about how, well, I mean, I don't support Call of Duty. I don't agree with the Call of Duty franchise. I don't support it. I did make a couple of videos on Call of Duty because somebody gifted me the fucking game. Like, that's the point. He has to get access to the game. So unless somebody wastes money on the game for him and gifts it to him, he can't actually make the content. It's not like the Gamertron show made those Call of Duty videos and like didn't have access to the game, so like that doesn't make sense. Holy shit. And then the rest of the video at that point really just boils down to, if you're gonna talk shit about Destiny, then you should push up a positive game, but focus on the positive. Stop being so negative. Focus on the positives of the game. And it's shitty because I mean, I'd have to look through and see like what videos from the Gamertron show actually, gave a thumbs up to, because then I can figure out like what was the first video I watched from him. But that general mentality is what made me subscribe to the channel in the first place, because this may come as a shock to you, because I just shat in this guy's Cheerios. I didn't just pee in his Cheerios, Mr. Duck. I just shat in it right now. But, I do think that, people can be way too negative when it comes to just gaming critique, if you even can call it critique past a certain point. Because you're kind of just shitting on a game, right? Like, oh, I'm going to take this shit game, I'm going to talk all this bad shit about it, and I'm going to get all these views, I'm going to make all these funny jokes, and I'm not going to say anything constructive about it. I'm not going to talk about how the game can be improved. I'm not going to make anything positive about the game. I'm not going to say anything positive. I'm just going to shit on it. And well, the vibe that I got from the few videos that or the videos that I did see from him, apparently, the ones I don't fucking remember because that was like a year or whatever fucking ago, he was talking about more positive aspects of gaming, right? Because that's kind of the theme I originally got from his content. And that should be the theme of his channel, right? I mean, you look at his channel views and everything, you go through over of his old channels, his increase in subscribers and everything like that, the big subscriber milestones and everything. Obviously, that was working for him. And I really do agree with that overall format. Like, we need, just like we need people like BDobbinsFTW to focus on the negative, ideally, we would need people like the Gamertron show to show us the more positive aspects of games and bolster up games that, do need more attention, like aren't getting a lot of attention, but, they're good games. Just to show us that not everything is shit. Because after so many bad games, you might just sit up here and be like, man, gaming is shit. Right? I can tell you, like, man, gaming sucks. Gaming is garbage, right? It's just all trash. But, I just now played Katana Zero. That was a good game. I still haven't played Ukulele, fucking 1,000-year-old door. I know that's not the fucking subtitle, but fuck you. It was Impossible Lair. Yeah, it's like, so I haven't played that game. I haven't played my Luminous Avenger 9, whatever, the fucking Gunvolt spinoff. I didn't even play the original Gunvolt games. I still have to play that. There's a new Shantae coming up. Like, there's still games to play, right? Assuming, those are games you're interested in, but, maybe you're excited for Destiny 3 or whatever the fuck gets shut out. If you're excited for a game, then go for it. If you enjoy a game, regardless of how good or bad it is, then fuck it, right? Like, I'm the guy who will tell you that Sonic 06 is garbage, and then proceed to immediately start playing the game afterwards. You'd be like, but you said the game was garbage. Yep. I didn't say it wasn't fun, right? But, like, that's the thing. So I kind of get that overall theme behind the channel, and I still support that. But ever since Subverse happened, that hasn't been the theme of the fucking channel. It's been sexy voice actor streams and, interviews where there's a fucking Sonic the Hedgehog waifu OC Super Saiyan fucking piece of shit. I don't know what the fuck that thing's supposed to be on the icon for the thumbnail for the fucking video. Like, holy fucking shit. We just nosedive straight into weeb sexual pandering bullshit. So, of course, that guy has a problem with my video talking about, over-sexualizing characters for no reason. Because that wasn't even the point of the video. The point of the video wasn't, never sexualize characters. Like, just stop doing it for no fucking reason. Stop jerking off into a page and actually run a fucking story. But I'm not gonna summarize that video for you people, at least not right here. I already went into detail about everything you need to know about that video. You just don't want to spend the 4 hours to watch it. I can understand that. I'm trying to keep this video at least under 2 hours for you people. We're already an hour in. I got most of the content out of the way, so we're getting near the end. It's not that bad, right? Instead of 4 hours, it's just an hour, or it's gonna be 2 hours because I'm putting in filler right now. But you get the idea. But like, holy fucking shit, dude! And look at these views, dude. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, okay, so maybe it's because I have bad eyes, but I thought this guy had like 90,000 subscribers last I checked. Now it's like 68,000, whatever. So let's just say he has like 70,000 fucking subscribers, right? He has 70,000 subscribers, and like the average view on these videos, like, why is it? Okay, I guess like a tenth of it isn't so bad for like a live stream. Like, let's say like if you have like a live stream, right? I've noticed, like, for channels that have, like, 90-something thousand subscribers, like 95 or whatever, like, they might get up to 1,000, maybe 2,000 people in a stream at once. So if you're, like, 60, 70,000, getting 100 or so people to watch you play fucking Monster Prom. Yeah, there we go. There's a game this guy fucking plays, fucking Monster. I don't even know what the fuck that is. I guess I'm not as much of a degenerate as I thought, because I don't know what that is, right? I know what fucking Oba Slider is, but I don't know about Monster Prom. So, joke's on me. I know about Artificial Girl and Honey Select, but I don't know about this fucking game. But it's like, dude, why is it that, like, I sit on making this video for almost a fucking month after the fact. I come back, and the views for the video still haven't caught up to, like, half of what the subscriber count actually is. Like, what the fuck? So you want to talk about, the downfall of BDobbinsFTW, the downfall of the channel. Well, I mean, for a channel to have a downfall, you would think that it would be not just a lack of integrity, but, bleeding subscribers and losing view counts, which is something that never actually happened to BDobbins, but definitely seems to be happening to him. So, maybe it's me, or maybe it's Maybelline, but I feel like the DOS, kind of projecting a little bit, or at least it's some kind of bizarro future sight projection where he talks about the downfall of a channel like a year before his channel dips in viewership and dips in relevance. Like, that would explain why I never got him in my subscription feed, aside from that fucking bell mechanic bullshit that YouTube wants to shit down our fucking throats. Because every other video was just a fucking bullshit live stream where he, talks to a sexy streamer about nonsense. And, there's that, and I guess the video trying to, defend fucking Battleborn. Look, I could watch that and give you my opinion on it, because maybe there's an interesting topic to be discussed in regards to Battleborn, but it's like, dude, Battleborn was shit. So, is it really bad that, like, whatever is happening to this game that I know nothing about and they ignore it because it's shit? Like, is it really sad, or like, what does he even say? I might just give you a summation of it, but I'm not gonna go over everything he fucking said. I'm generally curious. What's so bad about Battleborn? Or what's so bad about happening to Battleborn? Okay, so I watched it, and apparently the thing that I need to get all teary-eyed about is sorry to tell you this, everyone, but they're gonna take away your ability to buy premium currency for this dead-ass game, and oh god, next year, come 2021, January 2021, they're gonna fucking shut the servers. I mean, who gives a shit? Battleborn is trash. I know some people like, this is my favorite game. Good for you if you enjoy the fucking game, but you have to acknowledge that that game came out to such hilariously bad reception that nobody talks about it. I'm genuinely surprised anybody even plays that fucking game. How would you know if Battleborn was shit if you never played it? Well, I mean, I guess I have to buy the game now. You're gonna give me the game? You're gonna give me the game and an Xbox One so I can play it and tell you it's shit? Or you're gonna give me the fucking game? It's shit. Everyone said so, right? So, like, what the fuck, dude? This is unacceptable. It's so sad. Who cares? That doesn't matter. See, what you don't understand is that when a game is unsuccessful, when you have everyone saying it's shit and a whole bunch of videos talking about why the game fucking flopped, the servers being shut down doesn't fucking matter to anybody who doesn't, like, devote themselves to the fucking game. And you really gotta sit up here and talk about how this is so fucking traumatic for all of the two people who play this fucking game for 13 minutes. Like, I know that's a weird thing to harp on, but the point I'm trying to make by bringing that video, that topic up in particular, is that I try watching a couple more of these videos just so I can get an idea of like what I missed from the Gamertron show while I was away, all the years or whatever the fuck I've been subscribed to the channel, and it's like, now I kind of see what the problem is with this channel. Why, like, I still agree with like the core of the premise, but not how he's doing it, because it's less about the positives of gaming. Instead of being focused on the positive of gaming, he's being a straight up apologist. He's being a game apologist. Why is it that a channel called the Game Apologist is less apologetic than the Gamertron show? I don't fucking understand that. But it's like, dude, these games fail these games fail for a reason, dude. I don't know what else to fucking tell you. And here's another gem that was just posted, like, at least of this recording, because I'm recording the video in pieces if you couldn't fucking tell. That's where the audio dips on now because my mic is shit. But he made a video talking about how there is no decline in gaming. Do I even need to watch that? Do I even need to fucking watch that? Like, trying to keep my voice down, but it's like, that kind of agitates me a little bit, because they really fucking think about it. With all the microtransactions, DLC, price gouging bullshit that people have to fucking deal with, trying to use piracy to skirt de novo because, we get fucked in the ass by, anti-piracy DRM for buying the fucking game and make your game run at like 10 frames per fucking second. Yeah, games like Cross Tag Battle, where half of the game is DLC, more than half of the game's cast is DLC or whatever the fuck. The PC version ran at 30 fucking frames per second and needed a mod in order to be fixed, for them to fucking fix the UI in order for the game to fucking work, while mods are over there doing damage control and telling everyone to eat shit over a game they paid top dollar for. Just eat shit. I'll fix it later. I know you bought the game, you can't fucking play it because this version of the game is fucking unplayable. You've got games coming out buggy, broken, and unfinished on release, to the point that it's become a fucking meme. We'll just patch it later, we'll just fix it later, and that's become common. It's become common for them to just give you games that are unfinished and then sell them to you for the full $60 goddamn dollars that they gave you a finished fucking game. With games being released as broken fucking pieces of shit, all these derivative AAA games, all this pushing of politics and social justice bullshit in AAA games or whatever, just killing the Western gaming market, the gaming censorship, you're a fucking weeaboo, jerks off to hentai and fucking anime porn and monster girl, monster prom porn, whatever the fuck. Like, what about Persona 5 getting, censored? Because we gotta censor the game and blah, 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 blah. Like, with all of that happening,
shit that we really didn't have to worry about before. Let me say for maybe the censorship, because censorship was always there. It was arguably fucking worse. But aside from the censorship, because I just wanted to mention Persona, because fuck it, right? Are you really gonna sit up here and tell me there's no decline in gaming? Like, maybe it's just me. Maybe it was never that good. Because, Street Fighter, remember Street Fighter 2? It's like, oh, back then a patch was a whole fucking new game, right? They had to re-release the fucking game. You had to buy it again at full price for 2 extra characters and some extra game speed, right? But you cannot tell me that an industry that keeps continuously releasing more and more unfinished products, which was not the case beforehand, like during the PS2 or Xbox One, whatever era, like that wasn't how things went back then. That there's no decline. People are complaining about a decline in gaming because it's becoming more and more apparent to the consumer how anti-consumer the practices these publishers and developers or whatever the fuck engage with them are. People are waking up. They're not just being jaded. They're being fucking scorned. Yeah, that's the scorn. That's the word I'm looking for. Scorned. They're just being scorned by the developers, and people are finally paying attention to it. And here you are saying there is no decline in gaming. That better be a fucking joke. I'm not gonna bother to watch that video to see whether or not he actually fucking means it or not. Not because it's 30 minutes, not because I don't have 30 minutes to spare. Obviously, I have an hour, I have 2 hours and 30 fucking minutes to waste ranting about people on the internet. To rant about fucking Ryan. Apparently his name was Ryan on the fucking internet. I guess I could call him Ryan from now on, right? I can sit up here and bitch on about Ryan for 13 hours. But I don't see myself wasting 30 minutes on more vapid content for you to just tell me about how these games are good and that game. Yeah, there's good games. I got my Sonic Mania with DRM on it, even though they told me the game wasn't going to have DRM. So when I pre-ordered the Steam version, it just had DRM in it. I just got immediately fucked in the ass with it. I can still play the game, but I just didn't want Genuvo on any of the games that I own. And they snuck it in there, and they tricked us into doing it. But it doesn't matter because there's still fun games to play. Like, holy shit, dude! Stop making excuses for companies fucking up. That's the thing that agitates me about that's that header in general. Now, obviously, I'm not like seething with rage. I'm just gonna go super say like, how dare you say that gaming isn't shit? Gaming is bullshit. Gaming is garbage. I need to shit on games. What I need to do is finally play Nier Automata. You can't keep beating your meat to 2B and not actually play the fucking game, I gotta play some of that Nier Automata. I played the demo. The game is good. Right. I'm just tired of people who we tell them what's happening. They acknowledge it and they just ignore it. Like, nah, dude, it's fine, it's good, it's all good. And then you're surprised why, Battleborn's getting shit. It deserves it. It fucking deserves it, man. It's another broken-ass game from what I remember hearing. I'm not going to play it to find out. I'm not going to waste money on games that I don't like. Just so I can verify my opinion. I don't make videos about it like BDobbins, so I'm not going to bother. And it just kills me how, like, you have these channels like this. And I mean, like, just channels in general, right? Not specifically Ryan from the BombFetti, who will just sit up here and post this vapid content, just say this stupid shit. And, obviously it worked on me because I was subscribed to the channel, right? They get all these subscribers. You got these people over here in the comment section of his first, BDobbins video talking about how, well, at least he knows how to take the criticism. But obviously that's not true. Yeah, I know he said at the end of the video, like or dislike or whatever, and comment and subscribe and tell me your thoughts and follow my Twitch and here's my Patreon and blah, 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 blah. But what he doesn't tell you, what's not written in the fine print, is that if you share a thought that he doesn't like, he will go onto your channel and take a dump on you. He didn't mention that part, right? He didn't mention the part of him throwing snide remarks at people under the impression that they aren't going to bite back. That apparently wasn't there. But, dislike the comment, dislike the video, and share it with your friends. Follow me on Twitch. Follow the sexy voice actor streams. So you'll totally watch my content, you guys. I'm totally not a smug cunt who sniffs his own fucking farts and thinks that he knows what the fuck he's talking about when all he does is suck up to these game companies Because you want free shit. I mean, I don't understand. Like, you know, I can understand someone generally liking the games that are out now, especially if they're younger. Like, if you're part of a younger generation, you don't really remember the old times, but you know, back in the before time where our consoles, we would buy our consoles, they would fucking break down on launch. You deal with my fucking yellow light of death and all this other bullshit, but my N64 still works like the day I fucking bought it. Gee Willikers, it's almost like they gave a shit back then. But it's like, so I can understand having, you know, a more positive outlook on gaming and actually thinking that gaming is fine, right? I can understand that. You know, I understand why it makes sense from the developer's perspective to charge $60 for a game. You may not know this because I don't really wear this on my sleeve, and I can't really, you know, suck myself off yet and tell you about how fucking great I am. But, you know, I do major in computer science. I kind of know some stuff about the industry, not a lot, right? But I can tell you there are reasons why a game costing $60 isn't the most absurd thing on earth. But just saying that, well, the developers, they're hungry, you know, they have to put food on their table. Like, that doesn't change how the consumer feels when they not only have to give you $60 for a product, but they give you $60 for a product that has a promise, it's a promise to pay that you have to pay for. Just what I said in my DOA 6 video about how the game was a bad product. It's a promise to pay that you have to pay for, where they promise you they will fix the game after you fucking buy it, right? So when you give people broken, buggy-ass games, you can't justify that. You can't justify that price tag anymore. Because to them, it's a ripoff. Even if it makes sense to you as the, you know, the developer of the fucking game. So when you continue to make content where every other video is you just sucking off whatever shitty-ass game you want to make apologies for, and whenever someone tells you, like in the fucking BDobbins video that I just went over, where, you know, people will say, like, oh, well, BDobbins, he's mostly right, and he's got to play the game, and, you know, Ryan from the GamerTronShow is just like, he really just isn't right. You know, he's just not right. What he says isn't true. And, you know, you should just not buy games he doesn't like. Like, he's like, he either doesn't want to explain why, or he's incapable of explaining why. Why is it that BDobbins is full of shit? What did he say that was actually fucking wrong? Because I went over that video, and all it's really about is, like, you know, I don't like the fact that you're, like, complaining about it. Why aren't you just, like, not buying the game if you don't fucking like it? I don't understand. And you're a little late for those Doom videos. You're not being positive enough. Stop being negative, right? But you're not explaining to me why I should even give a fraction of a fuck. It doesn't really matter, right? Oh, don't buy Destiny 2, but he could buy Destiny 2. How dare he tell us to not buy Destiny 2? How dare he warn us that he's gonna buy a shit game and then tell us how bad it is? You know, so he's buying a shit game so he can tell us how bad it is and warn us to not buy it, so we can save all of us. He can try to have us save $60 goddamn dollars. So wasting money on this shit piece of a game. How dare he do that? How dare he try to spare us of the pain and suffering and torture that is Destiny 2? How dare he do that? It's just such... I don't even understand where that mentality comes from, right? Other than just pure ignorance or arrogance or both. It doesn't make sense to me. Well, you know, I don't make YouTube videos like that. I don't really care about my YouTube channel. I don't beg for subscribers. Subscribe for my channel. Subscribe to my Twitch. Blah, 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 blah. I don't care, right? You know, I granted I'm not in a position where I could Twitch stream, but even if I got back into Twitch streaming, I still wouldn't give a shit. I only recorded one Twitch stream, and the other times I was just bullshitting and fucking Soul Calibur 6 with like 10 viewers or whatever. Like, I don't care. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Point is, like, you know, I don't appreciate the shilling. I just don't. And it comes off as very disingenuous, and it makes me wonder if the problem isn't necessarily negativity reviews, or at least on this particular case. But it makes me wonder if Ryan from the GamerTronShow is really just trying to push positivity and softcore porn
by talking with the sexy voice actor streams or whatever, the sexy voice actors, to garner clout and get clicks by just telling people what they want to hear. Now, it's very possible that he genuinely believes all the stuff that he says, and I have no reason to believe that he's just lying for views or anything. I've heard way stupider opinions on anything, and if you think Battleborn having his server shut down is shitty for the people who like the game, I mean, that's fair, right? I mean, it's so stupid, right? People like the game and they're swimming in money. Their Borderlands was successful. Why can't they just open like the PvE servers or whatever? Like, look, it's called a sunken cost, motherfucker. This game tanked. They know nobody fucking plays it. Why would they spend money just to appease the people who currently own the game? That's the type of money you would want to pump into a game that's actually still selling, not a game that's been sold out, not a game that nobody gives a fuck about. Why would I continue to pump money into that? You think any company gives enough of a shit about its consumers to just give them offline servers for an online-only game that should have never been online-only in the fucking first place, in the first fucking place? You think giving them a shit to give you like that? That's part of the point. That's why I don't like this overly optimistic bullshit, because it's like you trust the publishers and developers to not just do things that are strictly in their own interest. Like, I don't understand. Why would you even think that? Why would you even believe that they would just give you that? They have no reason to give you that. What the fuck? So there's that, and these fucking sexy streams that are fucking unbearable to watch. I tried watching some of them. I watched the Happy Birthday song when what's her face from fucking Subverse sang the Happy Birthday song. I actually listened to that one. What was it? Or Bordux Black, wherever the fuck you pronounce it, sings Happy Birthday. Oh, that was cringy as shit. But that's because I just don't like singing. So maybe if I wanted waifus to sing tender lullabies into my ears, I wouldn't have such a problem with it. But if we aren't just skipping the foreplay and getting straight to the fucking, I don't really care, right? So maybe that's just me. But it's like, damn, dude, I think I've pretty much exhausted everything. I was actually seeing can't I stretch this out into a 2-hour long epic just for the fuck of it? But I mean, that's kind of just it. We covered Chris Raygun and why his tweet, being lumped in there in the BDobbinsFTW, why it deserves to be there. Okay, BDobbinsFTW called him a pussy, and it seems like for the most part that was the truth. He was right. We mentioned the one good video, Beard Grizzly. He made a good video talking about too much negativity in gaming, whatever. So if you want an actual decent video on the topic, you can watch Grizzly's video. I might link it in the description. I don't know. I'm probably not going to subscribe to him because his channel is actually a Destiny channel, but I would like the video and just give him a thumbs up, because at least it was well made. You don't have to agree with it, but I gotta give the dude his props. He actually put thought into what he made, and it wasn't just a shit post. Something that Ryan outright admits in that fucking video that he made about BDobbins's house, this is gonna be just a quick shit post, but I decided to waste an extra 12 minutes bitching and moaning, and then he is mad when BDobbins just calls these people beta cucks and insults, just random insults, to basically just tell him to fuck off, right? That was his entire point. I gotta make a 20-minute video bitching about 10 seconds of dialogue, says the guy who made an hour and 30-minute video bitching about somebody because he left a comment on his YouTube channel. But hopefully that really puts this channel, its current state, its health, and everything into perspective, because there's no reason why a channel with nearly 70,000 subscribers taps out on average around 2K views on a video. That doesn't make sense. Obviously, talking to the voice actors, having the sexy stream with the voice actors, I mean, if it's fun for them, go ahead and do it, right? I'm not saying do stuff for the views. If these people are his friends and they actually legitimately like him and they aren't just fucking with him or whatever because he's a dweeb, then go for it. Because I feel like people should be allowed to do whatever they want as long as it gives them some kind of enjoyment. I make these videos not because I expect them to be successful. I don't even expect people to like them. I was surprised I got like 20 plus something subscribers from the Mortal Kombat video I made. I just post these videos to talk shit and vent, and then I spend the rest of my energy drawing, because I legit don't really care about being a YouTube personality. So just if that's what he wants to do, right? But it shows that like this, none of this helped him. None of that helped him. And I wouldn't have given a shit about it. I wouldn't have paid attention to any of it. And none of it would have mattered to me if he didn't go to my channel and say that, oh, I guess bad takes are just a thing for you. Ha 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 ha. The little funny emoticon making fun of me because I had the audacity to leave a comment on his video where I don't particularly agree with what he said. I guess you could say it's a negative comment. Because the point of the video is this. I'm going to wrap it up at an hour and 30 minutes. I think that's long enough. The last 30 minutes was me rambling anyway. And we're already done like an hour. Or we're done at the hour mark. So let's just wrap it the fuck up, right? The point of this video wasn't just to ship on the Gamertron show, though make no mistake, this was a takedown video. Unlike the Miss ZZ video, which was not an attack, I wouldn't necessarily call this an attack, but if you call it an attack, I wouldn't deny it, right? I am in fact shitting on this dude because fuck him. I don't respect him, and I don't want his respect. But the point, the core premise of the video is that this is what gaming YouTubers, like, these douche tubers, like, this is what they do. This is what these people just do now, right? This is what we do now, apparently, right? We hype up shit games. We pander with all this sexual anime vapid bullshit, which I guess is fine in small doses, right? Because if you overdose on that shit, your view count plummets, and only like 1,000 to 2,000 fucking people watch you, even though you have nearly 70 fucking subscribers, which means that like 68 or 66,000 people, 66,000 of the people subscribed to you do not actually watch your content. 90% of the subscribers are dead. Because, I look at my videos and I'll get like 200, 300 views on a video, and I'll look at my analytics to see how many views came from subscribers. It'll be like 2. I have 30-something subscribers, and not even those subscribers are active. So you cannot tell me for a fraction of a second that all the people who watch these videos are subscribers. Out of the 2,000 people that watch the fucking I got a voice actress to play Monster Prom and this is what happened, blah 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 blah. It's got 2K views. That only like 600 of those people or whatever are likely subscribers, if even that much. Because a lot of the views come from people who aren't subscribed. And if they're all from subscribers and none of them are from anybody new, like, that's the downfall of a channel, baby. That's a channel's death. That means you're not going anywhere, right? But, at least he got to 70 fucking thousand subscribers. I haven't even hit the triple digits. I haven't hit the triple digits on this account or my other account, where I bitched and moaned about Nia Sarkeesian for 2 hours. So, fuck me, right? I don't even think my opinion is all that important in that fucking comment that I left him. And I don't even think my opinion is all that important right now. How much you want to bet that he's not only not going to watch the video, he sure as shit isn't going to watch it all the way through. He's just going to make some snide remark about the fact that the video fucking exists, and then that'll be it, right? Ha ha ha, I can't believe I got on your skin. I made that comment. Well, and you made this video about the comment I made. Well, I don't know what to tell you, dude. I didn't intend to get under your skin, but apparently that my comment annoyed you enough for you felt the need to click on my channel, shift through my videos, and find something to shit on. Because, I just gotta keep sucking titty milk and just suck it on to the sexy voice actress while I touch myself. I think that joke's pretty much run its course. Look, obviously, that's all I have to say on the matter. But god fucking damn, if I'm not sick of these vapid-ass channels that just allow companies to do whatever the fuck they want. Because, I want free gibs. I want to go on tours or whatever. I just want to be an influencer and get free shit. And fuck the consequences, right? Fuck how bad the games are, because you know I love eating shit. I love bad games, right? So I don't fucking care. If you don't care, I don't care. I stopped caring a while ago, and you know, a lesbian vampire does the thriller rap. I'm just reading these fucking taglines. That this all speaks for itself. Barely gets any fucking views, but you know, I make bad takes. Bad takes is just a thing for you. Well, I guess videos that don't even remotely appeal to your subscriber base is a thing. It's just a thing for you, right? Getting 5%, probably less. I'm just throwing out a random number. Getting 5% of your fucking subscriber count as viewers of your videos on average is just a thing for you. But I guess last thing I'll point out before just closing out is that the only videos on here that seem like they ever really break, like, you know, 23,000 or 69,000, that's a really good one. The Subverse by products buy from the fucking Subverse. I mean, if people care enough about Subverse to actually watch those videos, that's fine. It's not like I'm sitting up here, you know, drooling at the mouth and just, you know, tilling my fingers or thinking about like, oh, I can't wait to see his channel like just drop in popularity. Like I give enough of a shit. Like he needs to be sabotaged. Like, he needs to be stopped, right? No, the only reason why I kept focusing on the views and stuff was to just point out how, like, the whole lewd stuff just didn't really work, and it only ever really works when it involves Subverse. Ironically enough, you know, the Subverse ones, like, you have 47,000 or whatever. There's one about some adult visual novel game that got 24,000. Like, they're not all stinkers in terms of, you know, audience retention, right? As far as getting clicks is concerned. But that theme doesn't really work. And I guess, you know, the whole being positive about gaming thing doesn't really work either, because those videos, I mean, I don't really see too many videos that get like tens of thousands of views, but you know, like, why aren't we getting more content out of Ryan from the Gamertron show? Like, you know, why you need to play Earthfall? Sell me a game, dude. Like, tell me why a game is good. You know, tell me, you know, like, what's cool about the next hit game or whatever. You know, don't blame video games for video game addiction. You know, that's not a bad one. There's a whole video dedicated to a fucking comment. It's only 6 minutes and 30 seconds, but you still made a video devoted to a comment, so I guess you're no different than me, right? Why aren't we seeing more of that? Why is Warframe dying? Warframe is dying? Someone needs to explain to me why Warframe is dying. Like, these are all things that are not exactly, like, they're not bad topics for videos by any margin, or at least not in my opinion, right? And you know, these videos didn't really skyrocket to, I don't know, the Doom Eternal ones seem like they got pretty good views, right? So obviously you aren't doing it for views, because if that was the case, you just keep reviewing fucking Subverse voice actors, because that's the only other thing that gets views on the channel. Over like 10,000 views is when fucking Bardock Black shows up, whatever the fuck, until she shows up, it's just a fucking, you know, wasteland in terms of view count, right? Why aren't you making more content like that, my dude? Because that content, it seems anyway like there's more to do with it, but then again, right, like the Downfall of BDobbinsFTW video, that got 91,000 views, and then one sandwiched between it don't even have 3K, right? They're just barely over 2K in views. It's almost like the only granted, I know how YouTube works, right? The only reason a video gets any kind of views has more to do with the subject matter than the person. So if you make a video about one thing and make a video about something else, it'll get less views or different reactions. What do you think happened to my fucking sexualized character video, whatever, right? I talked about something people don't want me to talk about, but when I shat on Mortal Kombat 11, that was something that everyone was on board with because the game came out and they realized it was garbage. So of course they wanted to hear somebody bitch and moan about it. But it just seems to me like if these types of channels aren't feeding off of other people, they're not like, I gotta mention somebody by name, right? If they aren't doing that, then they aren't gonna get any views. And you'd be like, well, I mean, your video about GamerTronShow, like, you're feeding off of the GamerTronShow. Well, I mean, if this video gets more views than any other video on my channel just because his name is in the fucking title, doesn't that kind of prove my point? right? But I mean, I get that I'm just rambling at this point, but I just kind of wanted to leave it on not necessarily a positive note, but just kind of elaborate on how, this channel didn't used to just be shit. I mean, I guess it was always kind of shit in terms of quality. If the couple of videos I went over, at least the recent videos that I decided to watch from are any indication. But this is definitely something that I feel like somebody should be talking about. I'm sure somebody else is talking about. You can't be the only channel that talks about this kind of shit. But asking questions about why a game is dying, or talking about why you should play insert game here, or what's cool about this, or I like this game because this and that, and here's some cool stuff that I like, is always, that's always welcome, right? Fun should always be priority in video games. I don't have passion for Halo, but I wish I did. Those aren't bad talking points at all. But obviously, that's wasted on some vapid, just your typical fucking vapid douche tuber. Like, I don't know how else to describe him. I said I was gonna go easy on the insults. Obviously, I fucking lied to myself when I said that. But I really can't bring myself to insult him any further because I don't see any reason to. I don't hate the guy or anything like that. But it's just like, wow, it's just such a waste to me, dude. It's just such a fucking waste. But speaking of waste, think I've wasted enough of your time. How many extra seconds did I add to the video? Did I add an extra 30 minutes? All right, I got an hour and 35 minutes. I did it. Okay, an hour and 36 minutes. All right, that's all I have to say on the matter. I'm actually fucking done. It's over now.